Hi everybody, my name is Larsen. One of the nice things about jazz is when you get into jazz comping. So that means that you're playing small melodic statements or fills behind the soloist. In this video, I'm going to show you an easy way to start getting into this. I'm going to first go over a set of chord voicings that are reduced, and then I'm going to talk about how you easily expand on them, and finally about how you use that to play some small melodies behind a soloist when you're comping. I'm going to demonstrate all of this on a blues in B flat. And if you go through the exercises, you should be able to comp a chorus something like this. If you want to learn more about jazz guitar, about improvising over chord changes, checking out some interesting voicings or arpeggios, then subscribe to my channel. If you want to make sure not to miss anything, then click the little bell notification icon next to the subscribe button. The first thing we need to do is to have some really simple voicings to play the chords of the blues. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to take probably the simplest possible version, and that's just the third and the seventh of each of the chords. So for B flat 7, you can look at this as coming out of the shell voicings, if you already know shell voicings. And really what I'm doing is I'm playing a shell voicing like this B flat 7, and then I'm just leaving out the root. So I'm playing here the 7th, A flat, and the 3rd for B flat 7. Then on the E flat 7, it's the 3rd, which is a G, and then the 7th, that's a D flat. And then the next one we need is a G7, that's the 3rd B, and the 7th F. And then the C minor, which is B flat and E flat, that's 7 and 3rd. Then the F7, that's A and E flat. So now I have 2-note voicings that I can use to play through the entire progression, and then I can first look at what that sounds like, because actually we can already play it. If we just play some nice rhythms with this and lay down a nice groove, then this will work already. But we want to add more to it, and we can do that once we checked out how this sounds on the blues. This way of playing the chords is pretty easy, and you can probably quickly get that into your system and find that easy to play through the blues. Then the next thing we want to do is that we're going to take these 2 notes as a basic voicing, and then we're going to add notes on the next string so that we have a few more options for different melody notes, so that we can just play a few more things with them. And if we take the B flat 7, so we already have this voicing with the D in the melody, where D is the highest note. Then we can add on the next string an F and a G, so that's the 5th and the 13th. So we have, for the E flat 7, we have the D flat already. We can add the root, which is an E flat, and the 9th, which is an F. So we have, and then of course the form goes back to B flat and then to E flat again, and then up to a G7. Now here we have the 7th in the melody, and then we can add the flat 9 and the sharp 9. On the C minor 7, we have the 3rd, we can add the 11th or 4th, and then the 5th. And then the F7, I'm playing the F7 as an F7 altered. So we have the 7, the flat 9, and the sharp 9. So if you play this through the blues, just using these different voicings, then you get this example. Now we have 3 different top notes available for each of the chords, and we can start working on improvising some small fills using this material. Probably where you want to start with this is just take one of the chords and get used to playing some small melodies and riffs and see how that feels and what you can come up with. And for the B flat 7, that could be something like this. So as you can tell, it's just as important to think about the rhythms that you're using, because you're comping, you're also supposed to play something that's kind of conveying a groove and that's sitting well with the rest of the rhythm section. So think a lot about what rhythms you're playing as well as just what melodies you come up with. And really the melodies are just there to create a little bit of variation. So try this out on maybe on a few of the chords and get used to that. And then you can of course take that to the blues, and then you could get a chorus like this. If you want to check out this example in a bit more detail, then you can go download the free PDF on my website in the article that's accompanying this video. There's a link to that in the description of the video. A thing that I find is really, really important when you start working like this is that you should realize that we're actually playing a lot of different types of B-flat 7, but we still have to just think of it as B-flat 7. That's way more practical. A good thing there is to also start to sort of link them visually. So we already have that we're using the 3rd and the 7th here, and it's somewhat linked to this shell voicing. And you should just realize that it's pretty much the same thing. And of course, if you add the 5th here, you know it as a drop 3 voicing. The same with this 13. And you probably even want to go a bit further. So if you're checking out already drop 2 voicings, then this one or even this one are all just B-flat voicings that you can add in there when you're comping. Thinking like this is just going to help you connect all the different voicings that you have available, and also it's going to make them a little bit easier to remember because you can see how they are similar rather than remembering separate voicings, which is going to help you when you're comping, and that you can just start using all of them. If you want to learn more about comping, and if you want to check out some different ways of practicing comping, then you can check out this video that I made, which is going over some different ways that you can think about what you want to achieve and how you work on comping like this. If you want to learn more about jazz guitar and you like this video, then you can of course subscribe to my channel. And if you want to help me keep making more videos, then please check out my Patreon page. That's about it for this week. Thank you for watching, and until next week.